Yaki Kubor ka Batisi TV, lawan ra asyapi da ka net foodish. Ordar mapi, nginwan ra amangi, hakerdob ying jongpi.
Ringkat lang bat kepertai baro kawai ke Jela Meghalaya ru kala rakhi ya World Tuberculosis Day haga jingelang kabala penlong na office State Tuberculosis Officer jong ka Directorate of Health Services ka Sarkar Meghalaya ha ka ba menteri jong ka tanat ka kot ka khia u James Piki Sangma ulalong kongsan haringkat ka jingen don lang jong ka Secretary ka tanat ka kot ka khia ka kong Rosita M Kurba ka balalong kum ka simbot kongsan Hakane ke jing rakhi bala penlong ha usoso tham auditorium la samru yiki khusnam shaki nong sumar ki bala ajing sumar yiki nongpang ha Snem 8000 arpuai bala samru yiki khusnam district award da ka district TB center Jonka East Khasi Hills district
and share a few words about the concern and the importance that the government of Meghalaya, our health department, is laying stress on in terms of tuberculosis. I'm very happy here that that there are many students and colleges and also schools who are part of this program. I feel that this program has really taken a very meaningful turn because of the presence of our students and teachers and principals and the various educational institutions that are present here. We all know that tuberculosis, especially in India, is very prevalent in that age bracket of 15 to 30 years. And that's why the kind of awareness and the kind of effort that is being put in to reach out to the youth and this meaningful gesture of having them here today is really bears a lot of significance because of this fact. And today I get to know from the students of St. Edmunds that it's because of my mobile phone. So I started keeping my mobile phone away from me from now onwards. Thank you to the students of St. Edmunds for that lovely skit. It addresses a very significant part of our fight against tuberculosis, which is stigmatization. And it is very important, apart from the clinical side, the treatment and the diagnostics. Apart from that, the stigmatization is a very critical plays a very critical part in the challenge that we face towards fighting tuberculosis. And it is something that we need to address on a war footing. Stigmatization, it comes out or it is prevalent because of lack of awareness, lack of knowledge, as we clearly saw in that skit. And to dispel this darkness, we need light, and light in the form of spread of awareness and spread of knowledge about this disease, about the fact that it's curable, about the fact that we need not stigmatize those who are infected by tuberculosis. This, I hope, is going to really play a very major role, the effort on the part of the government to dispel these kinds of myths and misinformation about tuberculosis leading to stigmatization. We hope that in the future, by the year 2025, wherein Government of India has laid out that kind of a deadline for ourselves much earlier than the 2030 deadline of the SDG, that we will be not just able to eliminate tuberculosis but also side by side fight against that stigmatization, which will pave the way for not just stigmatization pertaining to TB but also to all other diseases. Government of India, when it had the national flagship program of NTCP, the National Tuberculosis Control Program, and we can just make out from the change of nomenclature wherein control has been substituted by elimination. that this is something of a very, very concerted effort that the government of India is putting in to battle tuberculosis. We need to eliminate it. There is no scope of controlling it. And I'm very thankful to the government of India for all the efforts that they are putting in, which are being implemented by our government, by all the doctors, the nurses, the health officials, in such dedicated manner. And I would like to also place on record my thanks to all our medical officers, our doctors, nurses, and also the officers of the health department for that kind of initiative that is being taken up. I just wanted to say this, that as I mentioned earlier, that the government of Meghalaya is very, very serious and very concerned about tuberculosis. And we are, in that sense, wanting to take the fight to TB rather than waiting on a defensive mode to fight against TB, but to go on a very offensive mode and take the fight to TB. And for that, I'm very happy that to announce that we are starting up with many, many initiatives in this regards. And one of them is something I would like to also inform you, that we will be having these mobile screening units which will go out into the rural areas, into far-flung areas of our state, whereby they will be taking sputum samples. They will have a portable X-ray machine to take chest X-rays, so that we will be able to detect such cases and start treatment and medication for many patients who don't come forward, especially in the rural areas. And we all know how rampant tuberculosis is. It's very silent and eventually leading to unfortunate deaths. So we want to take the fight to TB, and this is one intervention whereby we feel that we will be able to effectively eliminate TB, especially in rural areas.
While in class, Shining was coughing continuously but acted unconcerned. As the day went by, Shining's health started to deteriorate even more. His friends were concerned. He started to sleep and wasn't attentive like always, and started getting bullied by some of his classmates. The teacher, on noticing this, became concerned and called him to ask him what was going on.
Shining, what's going on?
I'm not feeling well, and my friends are teasing me.
Students, behave yourselves.
He came home and expressed to his parents that he wasn't feeling well and wanted to go to the doctor.
I'm not feeling well. I'm having cough, and I don't want to go to school anymore. I don't like doing anything.
This is all because of your phone. Yes, it is.
No. He's sick. You should take him to the doctor for a checkup. Come on, let's go.
Yes, come in. What happened? My son is sick. Okay, how's he feeling? He's weak. He was coughing continuously and he loses his appetite while eating. And also this is all because of his phone, I guess. The generation today. Okay, come, let me take you to the doctor. Dr. Shah, Shining is not feeling well and is having these following symptoms.
Well, this seems to be a symptom of tuberculosis. But first, let's confirm it with some tests. And if the results comes out positive, we'll go with the further treatment. Okay? Sister, can you take the sputum and do some tests and bring me the result?
After a few hours of waiting, the report came and they found out that he had unfortunately been affected by tuberculosis. The doctor prescribed medicines and advised Shining to take a rest for some time.
I'm so sorry to inform, but your son has been infected with tuberculosis. But there is nothing to worry. It's a curable disease and we have treatment for that. But from now on, you have to be very careful and stay indoors because it can transmit from one person to another. So for these few days, stay indoors for at least 2 months and also use separate utensils. I'll be prescribing you some medicines and it's a 6 months course and you have to take the medications on time, okay, and you'll be fine.
The news had spread like wildfire and soon he found himself to be isolated and distanced by everyone else around him. While physical abuses had stopped, the verbal abuses towards his condition intensified.
Wear your mask, guys. He's on TV.
Go home.
You need to go home, okay?
Better go home.
You don't belong here.
Don't come to college.
After he got bullied by his friends, he got depressed, scared, and was hesitant to stay in college. He went home and informed his parents that he had just been bullied by some of his friends.
I won't go to school anymore.
Why? What happened, my son?
My friend is teasing me too much.
Come on, son. Be a man. Fight them back. Be a man.
Everything will be fine. It's okay.
The parents understood his situation and tried to console him by telling him that tuberculosis can be cured. Therefore, he should never give up on himself or lose his self-esteem, and also said to him that everything would soon be okay. The next day, Shining was hesitant to go to college, but regular classes had resumed. Shining was sitting lonely as usual when one of his good friends approached him and asked him about his health, as well as how his treatment was going on.
How are you?
Who let this guy in? Huh? Who let this guy in? Hey, get up.
Hey,
I said get up. You guys,
Hey,
safe to pick this up, no? Get up. Get up.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Come. Get up. Get up from here. Get up. Get up. Get up from here. Get up, I say fast.
The bullies again came to bully Shining
Shut up, everyone.
and asked the good friends to stay away from him.
Shut up, everyone. He's not feeling well, so please stop bullying him. And you know that tuberculosis is a curable disease. So please, instead of bullying him, you should support him and care for him. Please.
I believe you.
If you believe me, you can do a research.
Okay. Let us talk.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, okay? Didn't mean to hurt you. So sorry.
Forgive us.
You can beat me also. Beat me. Beat me. No, beat me.
Shiny, we are so sorry.
The good friends had taken a stand for Shining and supported him. They told the other classmates that tuberculosis is a curable disease and we should not judge any patient or lower their self-esteem. We should try to boost up the self-confidence to fight against the disease.
Shining was able to continue his medication for 6 months with the support of his friends and family and soon got better. To conclude, tuberculosis is worth the fight if you believe and trust. Life with tuberculosis is indeed painful, however, it is curable. The moral of the story or the skit is the stereotype in people about diseases is what makes these diseases even more powerful. Thank you. We hope that our small effort on creating an awareness through this skit on tuberculosis paid off and brings down stigmatization, but brings up the mental health of a TB patient.